Tonight, the family of Briana Winston is asking for any information that could bring her home. So this comes as Clayton County Police upgraded her missing persons case to a presumed homicide case. Briana Winston is a mother, she's a daughter, and loved by her family. They reported her missing on April 1st. Edwards and his wife, Briana Phillips Edwards, are considered persons of interest in Winston's disappearance. And today we spoke with Winston's family, who says they just want answers.
I wonder, where could she be? If she is dead, where's her body? I just want to know where Briana is. When we find her and bring her home, that's when I would get my closure. But until then, I'm not giving up.
The 23-year-old Briana Winston vanished on March 16th and was never seen or heard from again. Her family knew from away that she would not leave for days on end without talking to her 4-year-old child. They reported her missing to 911, but what happened next caught everyone off guard. Before we begin this video, we would like to express our deepest sympathies to the family and friends who were severely affected by this horrible crime. We would also like to send condolences to Briana's family and friends. Today's case takes us to College Park. College Park is a city located in Fulton County. The city has a population of around 15,000 residents. It is situated in the Atlanta metropolitan area, approximately 7 miles southwest of downtown Atlanta. College Park is known for its transportation infrastructure, including Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, one of the busiest airports in the world. The airport serves as a major hub for domestic and international air travel. Briana Winston was born on February 3, 2001 in Atlanta. She was noted as a hard worker who was talkative, kind, and friendly. She had a stunning smile that could light up a room. She loved her family and her daughter. On March 16th, Briana Winston and her 4-year-old daughter were last seen at their residence. On March 17th, she failed to show up for work at both of her jobs. Her lack of attendance at work was concerning because she enjoyed her job and supporting herself. Her family members realized something was awry when they called her. They even visited her apartment to see how she was doing, but they discovered it was empty and she wasn't there. They were aware that it was time to file a missing persons report. But despite being in a relationship with Michale Edwards, the father of her child, Briana never disclosed their relationship to her family. Edwards allegedly followed her around when she went to see someone and would hide in the bushes to observe who she was in the house with. He is said to have come to her job only to stare at her. Furthermore, he would assure her that she would not be with anyone else if she decided not to be with him. However, Briana did not enjoy being in a relationship with Edwards, and he would frequently make death threats against her. After then, the police started looking into Edwards. After visiting her Gardenwood apartment, the Winston family filed a missing persons report on April 1st. The apartment appeared to have been clean when they arrived and had a strong bleach odor. Her uncle claimed that during their search of the apartment, he discovered a bag containing sneakers and that it smelled like bleach had been thrown on them. Edwards and his spouse, Briana Phillips Edwards, were declared people of interest by the police on April 26th. It was also revealed to Winston's family that the 23-year-old man was married. Edwards and Phillips Edwards are said to have tied the knot in a secret ceremony in January. A stay-away order dated October 13, 2023 was broken, and Edwards was charged with aggravated stalking on April 8. The incident between him and Briana led to the arrest, which was for domestic violence. He was held without bond. Edwards was denied bond after his court appearance, and those charges were enhanced to include malice murder. After conducting an investigation, authorities came to the conclusion that Winston vanished on March 17th in the wee hours of the morning and that she was the victim of a crime that left her incapacitated in some way. They declared that the case had turned into a homicide inquiry at that moment. Subsequently, when Winston vanished, investigators discovered that Edwards had visited Tennessee. It was next on to Tennessee for the investigators. The police were informed by a man that he spent many hours helping Edwards set fire to a suitcase. The individual gave the police information under the terms of a proffer agreement, which means that it cannot be used against him. Where the burnt remains were dumped, detectives discovered human bones, a pair of jeans, and a set of keys. Winston's mailbox and apartment keys matched those in the complex leasing office. Upon discovering his infidelity, Briana approached Edwards early morning on March 17th. During their confrontation, Edwards choked her rather than providing a response. Prior to traveling to Tennessee, the police spoke with Edwards' mother, Ebony Anderson, and Briana Phillips Edwards. They conducted interviews with the 23-year-old on April 4th and Briana on April 5th. During the interviews, Briana made a number of incorrect statements in both her written and spoken responses. When the police obtained an arrest warrant, they also discovered that she was secretly married to Edwards, a fact that no one had known about. The cops overheard Edwards instructing Briana Phillips Edwards to burn a pair of shoes and a pair of gloves while they were looking into jail calls. He also assured her that she would get help from her brother, Klein Wright, to burn those things. After that, Wright and Anderson were taken into custody by the police for burning the gloves and shoes at Edwards' request. In addition, Briana Phillips was detained for giving Edwards a ride to Tennessee and for knowing where he was on March 17th while he was setting Briana's remains on fire.
We know the remains of a missing Clayton County mother were found in Tennessee. On Friday, police arrested the father of Briana Winston's child and charged him with murder. 11 Alive's Teresa Bowles has more on how police found her body.
More than a month after being reported missing, Briana Winston's family has the answer to what happened to her.
In an argument, she had confronted him after learning about his infidelity. He choked her.
Clayton County Police Lieutenant Ashanti Marbury says the hands around Winston's neck belonged to Michale Edwards. He cleaned out their College Park apartment, but that's not where the story ends. Edwards is accused of zipping Winston's body up in a suitcase and jumping into his newly wedded wife's car to get rid of Winston's body in Tennessee. He then met with a man who police say has immunity, and the details get more gruesome from there.
Together, the two men placed the suitcase inside of a burn barrel. They doused it with accelerant, lit a fire, and they kept that fire burning from the early afternoon until nightfall,
leaving only a skeleton and her belongings that they buried in multiple places. Next, Marbury says Edwards looped his own family into his crimes. Edwards allegedly borrowed his new wife, Briana Phillips Edwards' car. She's facing charges for helping and lying to police. Edwards Phillips and two other family members are facing tampering with evidence charges for getting rid of Winston's other things because Edwards had a slip-up.
While reviewing jail calls, we heard Michale tell Briana Edwards Phillips to burn a pair of shoes.
Edwards now faces 6 felony charges, including malice murder. Not ready to talk right now, Winston's family says off camera that this is the closure they were waiting for. In Clayton County, Teresa Bowles, 11 Alive News.
Briana Phillips Edwards and Michale Edwards are due in court again on June 5th.
It is absurd to take someone's life only because they questioned you about your infidelity. We hope that Briana's family receives the necessary closure to enable them to move past this devastating circumstance. We believe the memories they have of Briana will give them courage and solace. If you would like to stay updated with this type of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the following video.